Bethesda has no future. If lucky, at best in this situation, maybe they're gonna sell people 2 more iterations, anniversary editions of Skyrim. But at this point, Bethesda has nothing left. They just received their probably biggest humiliation ever possible. If you did not think things are already bad for Bethesda, this newest thing that just happened today is gonna blow your mind. It is insanity. We already know that literally no one cares about Bethesda's newest addition to Starfield called Terran Armada. The story is garbage. I mean, there's literally no story you can even argue. It's that honestly bad. If you did not see my video covering the story, you should. It is an experience, I will tell you that much. The numbers for Terran Armada have been absolutely just mind-bendingly bad. It increased the player base threefold, which is the equivalent of who honestly cares. Barely anyone noticed that this thing got released, and now the most absolutely insane thing has happened. We know from seemingly reliable sources Starfield's PlayStation 5 sales estimates. And boys, it is bad. It is bad. There is absolutely no way to spin it in a positive narrative. There is none. So let's get into the article a little bit. Starfield has seen a lukewarm sales on PlayStation 5 according to one analyst, who is now questioning Microsoft's strategy of releasing its games on PlayStation 5 after they're already come out on Xbox and PC. Obviously, everyone is questioning this decision. This was the greatness of the Everything's an Xbox campaign, which was obviously the dumbest thing ever. You don't need to be a genius to figure out that you owning a console and then you being like, hey, my competitor, how about I put all of my games on your console while you do nothing of the sorts to us. Wink, wink. Needless to say, yes, that was gonna end as a tragedy because you are essentially trying to make yourself obsolete at this point. You're not only losing, you're helping your opponent win. It is absolutely unacceptable. Many people were obviously questioning this decision because of how stupid it was, and well, now we see the backlash from it. We can see because of this how absolutely dead Xbox truly is. According to Rise Elliott of Alina Analysts, Starfield has sold 140,000 copies on PlayStation as of a week after launch. Boys, I don't think you understand how absolutely abysmal and insane this number is. And by the way, this also does put into perspective, once again, how consoles are irrelevant in general. Because I couldn't find the tweets, but there were previously tweets about this, the fact that Starfield's coming out on PlayStation, and it's the number one in sales! Being the number one in sales and you only selling 140k copies is abysmal. Starfield, when it launched, made multiple announcements of having, what was it? What did they actually end on? 20 million, 30 million, 35 million or something like that? Players. Not exactly paying customers per se, but players. And now you're moving this game that had one of the largest receptions in history, that pretty much only in the last decade has been trumped by Diablo 4's release, because they managed to get like 40 million sales or something. You would expect that this game being released on PlayStation would make at least like 1 million or 2 sales. That's the expectation, and that's kind of being low-ballish, honestly. And here we have the news that they barely managed to sell 10% of the lowest number I could imagine. That is abysmal. That is absolute death. You know what this means? This means that everyone knows about Starfield and everyone knows how bad of a game this is. It means that every single person pretty much who is even remotely associated with gaming or follows it knows how absolutely atrocious this game is. That is insane. Now, granted, I obviously don't expect anything from Bethesda or from Microsoft. Ain't that right, Sharma? We are gonna do a great job. I'm sure you will, little bunny. Why did I call her bunny? Whatever. Ignore that one. In any case, boys, this is a disaster. This is a disaster. Bethesda has yet to announce a sales figure. They never will. For Starfield on PS5. Or, by the way, not only Bethesda and Microsoft are probably shocked how absolutely zero sales this has, but Microsoft, not Microsoft, but Sony also is probably shocked because they probably expected more. Or generally, for that matter, the last we heard in November 2024, Starfield has seen over 15 million players across all platforms. That shouldn't be the I was pretty sure they got to 20 million, but whatever. Moving on. Well, these would be decent numbers for many ports. Yes, these would be decent numbers. Like if an indie game sold 140k copies week one. Huge success. But we're talking about one of the most legendary, technically legendary nowadays, not actually legendary, studios out there. The only thing people know about Bethesda is that they're gonna resell Skyrim any moment now. Because they probably need the money, need the boost. That we have heard in November, blah blah blah. Well, these would be decent numbers for many ports. It's not fantastic for a port of the biggest Bethesda RPG in decades. The only one, keep in mind, the only one. And again, yes, this is horrible. This means everyone really knows how dead in the water Bethesda is, how bad Starfield is. This is why people don't expect anything good coming out of Elder Scrolls 6. Why people have given up on Fallout 5, because, I mean, this is the quality we're getting. Again, you can't even honestly see a review of the Terran Armada story. I'm the only channel who has a review of the story. Because no one wants to talk about it because it's so bad. And I do crash out at least 3 times in that video about how atrocious it actually is. But yeah, everyone hates it. Although launch aligned, it's selling faster than other Xbox games that come to Xbox in the past 6 months, minus COD. Jesus Christ. Now he's also saying, by the way, that that Starfield is selling better than other Xbox titles, which is also not what you want to hear because these numbers are bad. I wonder after hearing these low sales numbers if Sony intentionally is giving refunds to Starfield players. Because it's not unplayable on consoles. It's unplayable on PS5. The new expansion crashes on average, it crashes once every 10 minutes. As of now, as much as I have seen, as much as people have talked, it crashes every 10 minutes at least once. On average, once, I should probably say. It's insane. It just, there's so many bugs. The companions still bump into each other. The dialogue, everything, it's bad. And again, the stutters, the issues, it's unplayable. PlayStation now has officially is giving out refunds to people who ask for it on Starfield. That's a humiliation. This has only happened. How many times this has happened in the last decade for PlayStation? Like 4-ish, 5-ish times? Once for Cyberpunk 2077. Was there not another situation in the last 2 years where it was another Bethesda thing or a Microsoft Xbox thing? I don't know, but it has not been good, okay? PlayStation obviously does not issue refunds easily or often. They're not Steam, they hate us, remember? And now they did. They just said, wow, this is really bad. My hamster can't play this, my granny can't play this, everyone hates it. What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna issue refunds. End of story, pretty much. This is a disaster on absolutely all fronts. There is no saving grace to this. There's no silver lining that anyone can find about it. It is just absolutely dead. And you know what makes this even more funny? It's the fact that Bethesda once again proves how incompetent they are. Because Bethesda is aware of the crashing issues some people are reporting. A lot of people are reporting them when playing Starfield on PS5, and will address them in a hot fix later this week. Crimson Desert comes out. Pretty much day 1-2 patches. Improves a lot of things. Starfield literally doesn't fucking work on PlayStation. What does Bethesda do? Well, maybe next week, buckaroo. Maybe sometime about next week or whatever, we're gonna fix one crash of 50. They're just proving incompetence on every chance they get. And they're not afraid to even do this. The thing about Bethesda is when they release their fucking shitty patches, you know, one patch every month, not month, but half a month, not half a month. Jesus, English hard. Every half a year, that's where I'm going. Half a year or once every year, and they fix like 3 issues, and 2 of those issues are not even fixed. And they pat themselves on the back. Well done, boys. We did nothing again but broke the mods that actually fixed the issues. It's insanity. And I mean, it's gonna just continue until something gets done with Bethesda. Fire Todd, fire Emil, fire everyone working on it. I'm fucking tired of this shit, boys. The absolute level of incompetence and the fact that everyone knows that they're bad at their jobs is astonishing, really. Well, anyway, it's not looking good for Starfield. Never was. So, 10 out of 10. Bye.